What's up, guys? Welcome back to another HTD with Mr. Phelps. Before we get started, this one's for all you fourth graders at Park Village. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let's just jump into it. So this is HTD number 12, in case you couldn't tell. And it's gonna be Halloween themed, again, if you couldn't tell. For this one, I got the awesome idea from an awesome third grader by the name of Diego. So shout out to Diego for helping me choose a theme. And with that, we'll go ahead and get our normal, usual writing and drawing utensils. I don't think you should need a straight edge for this one, but step one, we're gonna take our circular object and we're gonna trace it. Mr. Phelps got a new art recording set up after he broke his last one. Good job, great going. And so if I can't get everything in frame or things seem a little off, just bear with me. As those of you who know Miss Lynn's favorite catchphrase, we're born to be awesome, not perfect. Here we have our circle. If it's not obvious by now, we're making a pumpkin. And so there's gonna be a lot of cool creative freedom with this one, but let's go ahead and give our pumpkin those funny little folds and wrinkles that you see on the orange fruit, because apparently pumpkins having seeds in the center of them categorizes them as fruit. Shout out to Miss Edelstein's exploration from today on nutrition and food. What's important about these lines is they don't have to be even, and they don't have to be the same size or shape. The thing with pumpkins is that pumpkins are very spherical. They're like a blob, and those lines curve out with the edge of that roundness. So it's going to be much more curvy towards the outer edges. It's going to appear a little bit more straight, closer to the center of our view. We're going to grab our eraser and shave off part of our pumpkin's head, because we need to add a stem. And so all these lines are gonna kind of fold in on themselves right in that center. You should have drawn a line that's pretty close to the center there. So it's gonna just cap off like that. And then what we'll do is we'll make a funny looking pentagon or 5-sided shape. Curve out a little bit. Swoopy looking hat look, if that makes any sense. And then I'm gonna make it look just slightly more natural. Usually these lines kind of meet at the center of that stem. And so I'm gonna redraw a little bit those lines. So as you can see, Mr. Phelps has made a couple mistakes, and I'm just gonna roll with it. I went ahead and traced the lines so you could get a better idea of just how wrinkly a pumpkin can look. And I expanded my pumpkin so it's a little bit wider than the perfect circle we first drew. But if you think a perfect circle looks better for your pumpkin, keep it. But just kind of make sure all those lines kind of meet in that center place where the stem is poking out of. And we'll go ahead and give a little bit of detail to our stem. So I forgot to mention, because I jumped straight to using a Sharpie, and again made another mistake, be sure to erase these lines that go through the facial features of your pumpkin. Because if you carve a pumpkin, you won't see this wrinkle on the inside of where you cut the eyes out, or the nose, or the mouth. Now I accidentally used pen and filled in what should be blank. You shouldn't be able to see this line or this line inside my eyes. So if I were you, I would erase where you draw the shapes. I forgot to mention that. Keep using pencil, or I recommend that you keep using pencil. Here's where you can get really creative, especially with the mouth shape and the eyes. So for mouths, there's the classic kind of W design. Let's see if you guys where it goes. Curves out, drop a square tooth down, another gap, another square tooth, curve up on the other side, bring it down to the shape of the mouth on both edges, and stick another square tooth right in the center. And so you'll see, kind of forms a W. And that again is the classic. If you don't care how many teeth your pumpkin has, you can go ahead and give it a single buck tooth right in the middle. Same curved shape as the one before. Maybe give it a tooth here to offset the other one. If you're into scarier pumpkins, you can give it much more jagged teeth. And again, maybe keep the shape of the mouth, since that seems to work pretty well. And it's almost like a puzzle, if you guys can see that, where this edge fits with this edge, and the same with the rest of the edges. Those kind of fit in together, so kind of have it like at least match in that sense. If you think that teeth are just too complicated or difficult to even bother with, give your pumpkin a good old open mouth grin. That's all you need to it. I'm going to give my pumpkin the classic W, and so kind of use your stem as a guide. So wherever you made those edges, now don't circle that, but I'm just trying to show you where. Kind of follow the curve down to maybe about halfway, somewhere around here, somewhere around here. Line it up, and then we can make the corners of our mouth. And so what I'll do is I'll start to slope in, do the same on this one, just two lines that curve towards each other. I think I'm going to do reverse W. I'll bring it in some more. Give him one tooth here. Aim for a solid square shape. Curve down, almost follow that wrinkle line. Another square. Doesn't matter how close they are, doesn't matter how big each tooth is. They don't have to be equal. We're gonna give our pumpkin a 3D look, as though it's kind of already been carved. Much how like there's thickness to pumpkins that you see when you actually carve them for real. So we're just gonna follow the edges of the bottom of the mouth. So we're gonna make one here. We're gonna make one on top of the part of the tooth that's sticking out. It'll kind of come down, kind of make it like a 3D box, kind of like what you do in math with math drawings. And then keep following it across, same thing, just for the other tooth. Looks good to me. And I'm gonna color in the back of the mouth or inside the pumpkin to give you a better visual of how it should look. Go ahead and choose a shape for your nose. You're gonna do the same thing with the teeth. You're gonna make your shape. It's not gonna be a perfectly straight triangle. Kind of look like that. Almost looks like a really weird cyclops, which could be a really cool design. We'll go ahead and move on to the eyes. I'm going with circle. Again, pick a shape, any shape. I feel like my pumpkin looks like a cross-eyed monster puppy. There's the edges of my eyes. So you really should see, this should just be blank, like the inside of the pumpkin, that thickness. The line will just continue through it, but that's all right. Gonna make my stem look a little bit more three-dimensional. Not a perfect top, it'll kind of be like triangular shape, just like that. Make this line connect to the middle there. And give it a few more rough looking lines. But other than coloring, that is pretty much it. Give it a nice little professional signature. Some good kind of sloppy cursive, if you will. Or at least Mr. Phelps' is pretty sloppy. Let me go ahead and date mine. And that should do it. I'll show you here in a sec what it looks like fully colored and decorated, which I highly encourage all of you to do. And, well, there you have it. I kind of chose a funny mustard yellow for the insides. I probably could have made that a little bit lighter, but it's a nice orange pumpkin with a classic green stem. I know a lot of stems are kind of a sandy color, like a tan. That might be a good option if you guys want to keep it realistic. I went ahead and added a spooky neon vibe just to show you that, yeah, you can get creative with it. But that has been HTD number 12 with Mr. Phelps. So glad you guys could come check this one out again, and I'll see you in the next one.